Hello, hi, welcome. Statistical class. Today we learn guidelines for framing a good questionnaire. So before learning a questionnaire, we learn about first what we mean by questionnaire. A questionnaire is simply a document. So here we say that one, it is a document containing questions related to the specific requirements of a statistical investigation for a collection of information which is filled by the informants personally. So here investigator appointing the enumerator, and enumerator would going to collect information from the respondent. So here it is a questionnaire. It is a kind of document containing questions relating to the specific requirements. So here information are there which is filled by the informants personally. It's called as a questionnaire. Next, so what are the special requirements? What we started the point is that what are the guidelines, or else we can say for framing a questionnaire, what are things should remember? The first, the questionnaire should be very brief. As investigator framing the questionnaire, that questionnaire should be very brief. So here, questionnaire is the medium of communication between investigator and the respondents. So investigator conducting investigation and respondents are responding the questions. So it is a media of communication. The success of investigation, it depends upon the construction of a very good questionnaire. So utmost care and caution are very much essential for designing or drafting the questionnaire. So because of this, they required a greater care, efficiency, so maybe experience, skill and wisdom of the investigator. So, and especially we cannot find there is no hard rules that is especially must follow that one. But certain points are very much important while framing the questionnaire. What are that? We'll discuss one by one. The first one here, the questionnaire should be very brief. So here, the number of questions in the investigation that should be as much as very small it should be, because people not feel happy in answering the long questions. So they themselves not understand and answering is very difficult. Should be very brief that respondent can understand. So feel happy to answer. So that's why all the questions must be relevant to the problem for which an investigator undertaken an investigation. And second, the question should be simple to understand. It should be very simple, not very complicated one. It should be very simple. Here, they should not be unambiguous, and it should be very clear, and it should be very precise and courteous. So, of all this narrate qualif of the question, so it is easy to answer by the respondent. And third one, questions should be arranged logically. So this is very important. So it should always be logical in nature. What are the questions that been asked? It should be relative at the same time logical in nature. Then there must be choice. The question should be some kind of choice question. What are the choice? Maybe we'll say there is a alternative questions. So maybe simple and alternative questions. Say example, very simple, yes and no. So you own a car? Yes, no. That's simple kind of questions. So how do you go to your work? So maybe by car, by scooter, by bus. So very simple questions. Then, and there is a multiple choice questions also should be recorded. So here we'll say that one, many answers are written and informant should mark against any one of which he deserves and which he actually corresponded to that answers. So if that is the case, so respondent will not think much. He will one of the answers he will tick. Then specific information questions. So when investigator give some specific information, say example, what kind of occupation that you are doing, so how many childrens that you have, so male and female. So this specific information question also should be given. So this and all must be choice type of question should be asked. Then another proper word should be used in the questionnaire. So if it is, say example, they should not use local words which is not in use. So maybe some people feel it's very difficult when they're using the local words. So word representing respect. So say example, servant, master should not be used. So complex words also should not be used. Uh, if this kind of questions been asked, definitely will not find the answers. So proper words and diplomatic. So the way that we can receive the answers, that kind of words we can use it. And there is some more important questions of sensitive. So here sensitive and personal nature should be avoided. So example, religious or personal or political nature. So this kind of question should be avoided. So informant may not like to answer all that questions and may not give correct information with regarding these things. So such sensitive questions, or if it is a sensitive we feel, such kind of questions should not be included. So maybe we can get through third person with that kind of answers. Seventh, necessary instruction should be given to the informats. What kind of necessary information? So here, informant, we should give the information. So as you give the information, what we are asking should not feel any difficult that you're going to face. So, and it is just a matter of investigation or kind of research study, something like that. You convince and you should convince so that we can get the information. So, prior to investigation, we should give the necessary information. Why we are conducting, what for, and she should not panic while giving the answers. So that kind of necessary information given, that is a enumerator or investigator to the respondent, so you will comfort in answering our questions. And eighth one, questions relate to mathematical calculation should not be asked. So there are people who don't know mathematics, so such type of questions should be avoided. So and moreover, people will not feel calculate themselves and would go into answers. If such kind of questions been asked, definitely will not expect answer from the respondent. So be care should not include mathematical calculations. Then we'll see questions should be capable of an objective answer. So here is a multiple choice question should be asked. So this type is easy for the respondent to answer. So maybe if it is a multiple of, which already discussed, if a multiple of questions been asked, so respondent easily give answers. So that gives easy for our tabulation. So such questions should be framed. A questionnaire should look attractive. This is one of the important framing questionnaire. So what is that here? Should be attractive through proper layout. So, and should induce the informants to complain. So it is very important. It should be very attractive. So the way we are approaching the respondent, we should have the physical copy. It should also be in such a way that be attracted by the respondent, and he will give answers. Then pre-testing. So this is very important here. A pre-testing of questionnaire also must be done before posting it. So the thing is that uh, shortcomings of the question so can be discovered. So what are the certain problems that we're going to face, and also for that there's a pilot survey, we can say, or pre-testing of that questionnaire should be also be done really, so that we can overcome certain problems. Then finally, the accuracy of the questionnaire must be judged. So here we can say, after pre-testing the questionnaire, we can judge the accuracy of the questionnaire. So accuracy. So there should be very accurate. So as we know that accurate picture of the information, to get exact information, and the questionnaire should also be exactness, brief and specific should be required. So these are certain prerequisites or merits in, or maybe framing the questionnaire, certain caution to be undertaken. So now another important point will come as we take in and we collect in the information. Next problem is that how uh, precautions so to be taken for using this question, that is once again complicated. So the person conducting the survey must introduce himself through a covering letter, so then only people are allowed so he to conduct a investigation. So it is also one of the precautions for use of questionnaire. And again should give the proper, which already discussed that one. So aim and objective of the investigation, that to be very proper, and that is given known to the informants. And again, the number of questions should be restricted to the minimum, as a reasonable questionnaire maybe 20 to 25 the people said, but investigation there is a minimum, so that should be given. Maximum there are more number the questions with regarding the depends upon the investigation. Instruction for filling the questionnaire should be given. So what are the requirement instructions? This is how should fill, and this is, so prerequisite should be given. The question should be made attractive and interesting through proper layout, which we already discussed, but using this one also same kind of method should be followed. Should be pre-tested to find out the shortcomings. So questions of personal should be asked very carefully. Should not hurt any people. Should be very careful while asking the personal sensitive type of questions. So these are certain important guidelines for framing the questionnaire. So thank you for watching the video, and subscribe my videos for more statistical updates. Thank you for watching.